Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. So today I thought I would share with you what I carry in my camera bag throughout the week as a professional videographer and video editor. So go grab your drinks and your snacks and let's get into it. As some of you know, I've got a small family, so most of these items will be within that budget tier, because to me it is really important to know what I'm getting for my money. But don't worry, because I've included affiliate links to the majority of the items in the description below, and if you do decide to purchase one of those items via the links, I do appreciate it because you'll be supporting this channel at no extra cost for you. But that's enough waffling. Let's get into it. So I think it makes sense to start with a camera bag. This is the K&F Concept camera bag, and I got it off of Amazon for about £50 a couple of years ago because it met my criteria, i.e. it was within that budget and it fitted most of my equipment. Because even though I do different things throughout the week, i.e. some days I shoot, some other days I edit, I normally tend to bring everything with me just in case I forget anything. And the reason why I got it was because it was cheap. It's very well compartmented in the inside. There's a few pockets on the outside, so there's one on this side, there's also one on this side and a strap here. I normally tend to carry my Gorilla Pod on this side and also my Insta360 invisible selfie stick and small tripod on this side, and then on this side I normally tend to just carry a water bottle. I don't have the Gorilla Pod and the invisible selfie stick on the side here because they're actually being used. The Gorilla Pod is down here supporting my key light, and the invisible selfie stick is right here supporting my fill light. So let's talk about things that I can actually show you. So around the front here you got a zip pocket, and normally there I just keep my MacBook charger and also the charging brick there, and I normally tend to keep a notepad just to take any field notes or anything that I need to note down quickly. And in there I'll also normally keep 2 pens, because obviously if you've got a notepad you need something to write with. It's quite good to have a pocket right at the front because it's easy access, so I normally keep things there that I tend to use quite often. So it's about time we get in the main compartment. So this top compartment here is reserved for my camera, which I'm currently shooting with, which is the Canon 90D, and I upgraded to the 90D back in December last year from the M50 for a couple of reasons. The first one was because the 4K on the M50, even though it was good quality, it was cropped, so for a space like this you wouldn't be able to use it as the shot will be too tight. The second one was that the battery was a bit rubbish and you could not access the battery compartment or the SD card slot whilst the camera was on a tripod. So to me as a videographer, that's something that I need access easily. But I'll have a full in-depth review coming to this channel very soon, so if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe. Right, let's move on. Just underneath that I've got a power bank, and this one is made by Belkin, and the reason why I like it is because you've got 2 USB-A ports, so that you can charge multiple devices at the same time, and it charges itself via USB-C, so it's one less cable to carry around with you. And as videographers and video editors, we are always charging things on the go, even if it's a battery for the camera or if it's some lights, so I always tend to keep this with me at all times. Then I'm not sure if you can see it, but just underneath that I've got this pouch, and normally inside here lives my aperture light. Currently there's nothing in it apart from the gels that come with it, so you normally have a blue gel and also an orange gel, which I'm currently using on the light right there. And I think it's great to have a light with you at all times because you never know when you're going to need it, and it always spices up your shots. Then next to that, basically on the same compartment, I've got the DJI RC controller, and I'm so glad I went for this one instead of the RCN1 one for a couple of reasons, but main ones being the custom buttons at the back, the fact that you can control the zoom with the scroll wheel, and you also got the integrated screen. I have recently posted an unboxing video of the DJI Mini 3 Pro alongside the DJI RC controller, and if that's something you want to see, please click the pop-up banner above. And just below that, my friends, comes as no surprise the DJI Mini 3 Pro. This is already my favorite drone. I used to have the first generation, but now you obviously got the tri-dimensional sensors, you also got the better specs, the better camera specs, and the longer battery life. But I will have a full in-depth review coming to the channel soon, where I'll tell you why I went for this one instead of the Air 2S. But that's it for the left-hand side of the bag, guys. We are now going to move on to the right-hand side, and to start things off, I've got the Logitech Keys Mini, and this is my favorite keyboard of all time. I used to buy cheap keyboards all the time and they used to break, so I really recommend investing in a keyboard that is well built and that will last you a long time. You can also connect it to 3 different devices via these keys here, so I normally tend to have it connected to my Mac, my iPad, and also my Windows laptop. So yeah, it's a great piece of equipment, and it's quite small and compact, so you can take it anywhere. But it would be silly to talk about my keyboard of choice and not mention my mouse of choice, and that's also made by Logitech, and it is the MX Master 3 for Mac. And the reason why I went for the Mac version is simply because you don't get the little 2.4 gigahertz dongle lying around, because I always lose that. You also can connect it to up to 3 different devices, and the great things here are basically the scroll wheel, which for us video editors is a big thing. You've got your custom buttons that you can customize via their app, and it's just a very comfortable mouse to use. So to have something that really feels good on a hand and is ergonomical and has lots of shortcuts and customizable buttons makes my workflow a breeze. So if you're on the lookout for an editing mouse or any mouse, please do consider this, because it is great. But let's talk about something different. So just above that, I've got this little pouch, and inside here it's my microphone, and this is the DJI wireless mics, and obviously they're not in here because they are being used at the moment, but the main thing about this is that you get 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. So that's the reason why I went for this over the Rode Wireless Go 2 or Rode Wireless Go 1, and you get a ton of adapters, so you can connect it to an iPhone via the Lightning adapter. You also can connect it to an iPad or your Mac or anything else that has a USB-C port. And normally at the front here there's a cold shoe that you attach to the receiver, and then you put it on top of your camera like I have here. So this is a great setup, and it's nice and neat that you can put it all in this case, and this case is also a charger, so it keeps all of your microphones and receivers charged, and you charge it via USB-C. Again, another great thing, so that you don't have to carry cables around. And in the box you get this pouch, you get obviously the receiver, the 2 transmitters, and inside this pouch they've included 2 dead cats, and then you also have a jack to jack cable so that you can plug in the receiver to your camera. In my opinion, this is one of the best mics out there for consumers, so if you want to look out for a mic, I really recommend this one. But I wanted to upgrade to something that could support me for a bit longer and also had different use cases, so you can easily use this for an interview setup, you can use this to record yourself playing if that's what you do. So yeah, there's just a ton of possibilities with this. But let's go back to talking about cameras, my friends, because I keep on dropping this lens and I really don't want to break it. So I normally carry 2 lenses with me, a 24mm 2.8, which is currently filming this, and I also carry this 18 to 135 millimeters. I love this lens, you know, it's so versatile, you can use it for so many things, and it's quite wide at 18, and overall it's a great lens. I do think that you should keep your lens choice to a minimum, because otherwise you'll just be bringing all the lenses you have like I used to, and you'll spend a lot of time just interchanging lenses to have the best lens for the best occasion. And sometimes that's not what you need. Sometimes you just need something that can do most things well, instead of having 50 different lenses that do one thing perfectly. Let me know what lenses you have in the comments below. Why not? Let me know. This is the Insta360 One X2, and why do I like it that much? Well, it just gives you so many possibilities. You can do so much with it. It's impressive. You can replicate drone shots with this, you can do 360 video, and it comes with that invisible selfie stick, and somehow Insta360 managed to like make it invisible, so when you have it here it basically just looks like there's nothing there. So yeah, overall it's a great piece of equipment. It's so versatile, you can do so many things with it, and if you are interested in knowing more about this little guy, let me know in the comments below and I will make a quick video answering those questions. Right, and the last thing on this compartmented area, it's this little tech pouch. And on here I just carry a few essentials really, so basically I'm just going to run through them very quickly. So I've got this phone tripod, I also got a multi-tool. After that I've got a few USB sticks. Then I've got a USB-C hub for the iPad, which I'll show you in a minute. Then I've got a few cables, so I've got a USB-C to USB-A cable. I also have a normal USB to USB-B, and this is normally to charge, you know, lights, camera batteries, etc. I've got a USB-C to lightning cable because, you know, you never know when you need to charge your iPhone. And then I've got a USB-A to USB-C long cable and a USB-A to USB-B long cable. Oh, I almost forgot. And this little guy, I got this little guy in the corner here, and I'm not sure if you've seen one of these before, but basically this is like a microfiber cloth and a little brush as well. So this is great for like your keyboard. And then you've got this side here which has like a microfiber cloth on it to clean your screen. It's kind of like a two-in-one, and I think that's like the theme of this what's in my bag video, is that most things here are don't just have one purpose, they're kind of like multi-purpose, and I think that's, for most of us, especially on a budget, that's where we need to be. You know, we kind of need one thing that can fill several roles at the same time. But yeah, that's basically what I normally carry on this little tech pouch. Then if we turn the bag around, if we turn it this way, you can see that there's a few zippers there. So on the top here I normally keep my SanDisk's SSDs, and I think they're great. I think for the price, I think they cost about £100 or something, but they are amazing. Then on these little things I normally keep camera batteries. At the moment I think I've got an SD card adapter and also a micro SD card to normal SD card adapter there. And then at the bottom here I also got a couple more adapters. So I've got a USB-C female to USB-A male adapter, and I've got a USB-C male to USB-A female adapter. Sorry, I don't know why I had to say it that way, but there you go. So those are the things that live in there. Then underneath that, on this pocket here, I've got my MacBook hub. So basically, if you know any of the M1 MacBook Pros, you only have the two USB-C ports. So obviously if you want to connect a monitor, if it's not Thunderbolt 3, you can't connect it. You can't connect any kind of like SD cards, no Ethernet. So this little thing, I think it's made by, yes, it is made by Anker, and I've got it linked down below. But basically it gives you everything you need. So you've got an Ethernet port down there, you've got two USB-A ports there. On the other side you've got your USB-C to charge, you've got a normal SD card slot, a micro SD card slot, and also an HDMI output. So this thing basically saved my life, because obviously without it I won't be able to do any work. And then underneath that, what I normally tend to keep is just a normal hard drive. So having one of these with you at all times is super helpful. So now let's talk about the laptop zip. I'm not sure why I left this to last, but here we go. So as I mentioned, I'm currently using the M1 MacBook Pro. This is literally like the baseline edition, and I'm still amazed by what this thing can do. I literally edit everything on it. I never had any issues. I love the touch bar, so please Apple, if you could keep that touch bar on the new ones, that would be amazing. And I was looking for something else in there because my iPad normally lives in there, but it's currently here because I was using it to read my script, but it died, so I'm kind of like winging it at the moment, I suppose, and I hope I'm doing all right. So this is the iPad mini. It's the last generation. I tend to use it for emails, web browsing, sometimes I'm game on it as well. I do think this is probably one of the best iPads that you can get at the moment. But that, my friends, just about wraps it up for this video. As you saw, in order to meet my criteria, any of these items need to be versatile, compatible, and also functional. But I want to hear about your equipment. What are you currently carrying in your bag? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I do know that I didn't go too much into detail about some of these items, but that's because I didn't want to make the video too long. But if you do have any questions about them, leave them down below and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I have left affiliate links in the description down below, and if you do purchase anything via those links, thank you so much, because you will be supporting this channel at no extra cost to you. But that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I have a lot more content prepared for you. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.